You're probably thinking, what the fuck, dickwad? How come you haven't reviewed this game? Why wasn't this done years and years ago? Sometimes you have to wait for greatness, and I mean the game, not the review. Now someone will take that as me stroking my internet dick. Technically I have covered this game though with Modern Gamer Sam, but that wasn't a legit review, that was a trolling video. By the way, I wonder whatever happened to Modern Gamer Sam. That motherfucker just disappears. Fucking loser that he is. Fuck, I figured he would show up to praise my Gears of War review I did. So here we are with The Legend of Zelda on the NES. Many claim that this is a classic. I remember playing it for the first time at the age of 7 or 8. My uncle, who would visit from North Carolina, always brought his big box of NES games, and he had this. And funny enough, the same uncle lives now in the same area I do, but he doesn't have those NES games anymore. He sold them. The Legend of Zelda was developed and published by Nintendo, and it was originally released in 1986, and it's the first game of the long-running Legend of Zelda series, which, motherfucker, you already knew that. Water is wet, sun is hot, and things of that nature. The small kingdom of Hyrule is in the center of chaos when an army led by Ganon, the Prince of Darkness. Who? Last I heard, Ozzy Osbourne was the Prince of Darkness. Hyrule is invaded and Ganon steals the Triforce of Power, one part of the magical artifact which allows great strength. In an attempt to preventing Ganon from acquiring the Triforce of Wisdom, Princess Zelda splits it into 8 fragments and hides them in secret underground dungeons. Then the broad gets kidnapped by Ganon, and this is where Link comes in, and he rescues nursemaid Impa, an old woman surrounded by Ganon's henchmen. After he saves her, he pleads to Link to save Zelda and find the scattered fragments of the Triforce of Wisdom, also defeat Ganon. During the game, you will go through 8 underworld dungeons and of course the overworld. You will need to infiltrate Ganon's hideout in Death Mountain as well. Pretty badass story, honestly, especially around the mid-80s. Now, as mentioned, this game was released on the NES, while the first actual release was on the Famicom Disk System that was in Japan, but obviously it was later converted to cartridges for the American release. The game was directed by Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka. Miyamoto produced the game, Tezuka wrote the story and script. Keiji Turi, who worked on anime shows such as Dr. Slump and Dragon Ball, wrote the backstory for the manual, and of course the drawing inspirations from conflicts in medieval Europe. Development actually began in 1984, which is pretty interesting, that it only took them a few years, but then again, you gotta look back. The reason why I say it's interesting, because look what they had back then to work with development of games, and now look what we have, where you can crap out a game in a fucking day, really. So I'm sure there was many fucking hours of development work on this game. The graphics for The Legend of Zelda are pretty good, especially for the time this game was released. Now, the game uses a top-down view style, but the way the world is designed, the dungeons and so on, it's just badass and just fucking legendary. The sprite of Link, the enemies and so on. I mean, it's just almost embedded into your fucking vision when you think of The Legend of Zelda. The game is quite colorful and so on. Sure, there's some flickering here and there, but that is fine. Damn good looking game. The music... You fucking know how badass it is, and if you don't, you are missing the fuck out. For one, it's by far one of the most well-known video game music of all time. It's right up there with Mario, Sonic, Contra. At least with classic games, the list goes on. Very well composed, kick-ass 8-bit video game music ranging from the title screen, the overworld, the underworld, whatever. It's just fucking badass. The sound effects, same thing, from the noises of attacking, collecting items, and so on. It's all fucking damn good. The controls are pretty damn simple to understand, but then again, you have a D-pad and 2 buttons to basically fuck with here, and they are responsive from moving around, attacking, and so on. Really nothing to complain about. The Legend of Zelda is a fucking classic. You already know this. But goddamn, even to this day, it's so fucking fun. Sure, it's tough here and there, but the gameplay, fucking awesome. The graphics, damn good. The music, fucking rules. The sound effects, legendary. The controls are very responsive and easy to understand. Let's face it, legendary, classic, just fucking killer. What else can you say about this game? There's very few flaws, and the flaws that this game have, fucking minimal. To me, this is one of my favorite games of the Legend of Zelda series, easily top 3. If you've never played this game, there are obviously many ways you can. Buy an NES, buy a cart, play it that way. Emulation. Obviously, back in the day, the game had a gold cart rather than the typical gray, and also you could save and all that shit, which is really cool. Prices online range from $48, $84.55 for a really good quality cart only, $49.99, $45.99, $24.99, $40, $31.95, $23.98, $105 for a completed box. box, $29.99, $250 for another complete in box. If you can find it for the $20 to $45, maybe $50 range, that isn't bad. Once again, like I just said moments ago, you can emulate the game. It was released on the NES Classic Edition Retro console. There's just ways to go fucking play it if you haven't. I mean, you have to be some Call of Duty fucking geek or Fortnite retard to never say you've played this game. I think most people that have played the Legend of Zelda series, even the newer ones, or the ones that were 3D, have played this game. When it comes to sequels, it's a damn long list. In 1987, there was Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo. There was those Zelda CDI games, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening for the Game Boy. Then the late 90s saw a huge change with 3D Legend of Zelda games, starting with The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo 64. Then there was Majora's Mask, and many more after it. The latest game in the series, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Of course, there was Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Now in 2025, if you know the Hyrule Warriors game, there was Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, released on the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm sure we will see another big Legend of Zelda game coming before the end of the Switch 2's lifespan, or whatever. It's a series that is never gonna fucking go away unless Nintendo takes a big fat shit and goes bankrupt. It's too big of a series to shut down, pure and simple. Well, that is it for this review of The Legend of Zelda for the NES. Thank you for watching. You motherfuckers kick ass.